So you're thinking about making a move to Minnetonka, Minnesota. Ooh, very swank of you. Well, in this video, we're going to make our fingertips do the walking and Google Maps do the talking. Kind of give you an idea how Minnetonka flows. And if you watch all the way through to the end, we're going to get you a sneak peek into some of the best kept secrets of Minnetonka, Minnesota. And we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about living in Minnetonka, Minnesota, well then you have found the right place. Click that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and smash that like button on the way in so you can be the first one to know about the current goings-on, the logistical niceties, and all the good stuff about the community of Minnetonka, Minnesota. Now, my name's Garrett Hilton. We get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you looking for help on making their move to Minnetonka, Minnesota, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're making your move in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'd be happy to get on a Zoom call with you, walk you through the communities, all that good stuff. And all of our information is in the description below. All right, everybody, let's roll right into this because we got a lot of information, a lot of material to cover in a very short amount of time to do it in this episode today. So let's head right over. We're going to be going and looking at houses, and we list homes in the Minnetonka area, of course, for those of you that are local, that you have questions, and if anything, this is a good way for you to be able to see this is how I get buyers. And as it relates to looking at homes, whether you're coming into town from out of state, out of country, or you're moving over to this side from the other side of the state, generally we get together if we've got more than like 2 to 3 homes to put together. I'd like to meet up, actually grab a coffee, because I love going to the local coffee shops. One that I would absolutely love to start out with is Blackwater Coffee and Cafe in Minnetonka. Great place. It would, if it could be any better than this, it wouldn't be. It's just traditional, great cappuccinos, mochas, regular drip coffee, and percolated coffee. Good teas. Their matcha's fantastic. I've had that there. I always like to be able to start out with a coffee and do to be able to see the locals, the local businesses, to get an even better idea about the area, especially if you're somebody who's coming in from out of state, to kind of give you a couple of landmarks, places that you could start at and be like, oh yeah, that's right. Our realtor said we should go over here to get coffee. To be able to do that for my clients, because that's what jazzes me up. And well, I mean, obviously because it's caffeine, baby, but you know what I mean. So Yum Kitchen and Bakery is another great one. Artisan breads, really good sandwiches. Super love that. It's a good way to start out a day of showings. Good day to start out with if I'm going to be going and doing listing appointments. Yo-Yo Donuts, delicious, 4.6 stars. Again, when you're talking about breakfast places, people are crabby in the morning. If you're above 4 stars, you're doing pretty darn good. Dunn Brothers Coffee is great. They got franchises in there. I think it's fantastic. Cream and Amber is another one that they make, if you're there to have coffee sitting at a table, delicious scones, really great baguette, chocolate covered baguettes and chocolate covered baguette. Is that what it is? I don't know. Anyways, it's like the hard bread that, you dunk into your coffee if you're that type of person, or if that suits you. But they've got really, really smooth, nice espresso shots. But it's enough of that. I'm jazzed up. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's head to the MLS. So what is the MLS? This is actually my view as a real estate agent. When you ask me to look at properties, this is where I go. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start out, we're going to do a search. We're going to go into municipalities, and we're going to go Minnetonka, Minnesota. And so we got Minnetonka. Let's also search Minnetonka Beach. Yep. And because there's a few different sub-communities in and around Minnetonka, because you got like Wyzetta, and you have Excelsior, you've got Minnetrista. I mean, those are, further out west than Minnetonka is. However, and I'll cover those in another video to give you a better focused and narrowed view of the particular community, but we want to kind of keep it more focused if we can, because then these videos can stay below 30 minutes long, and it's just a little more easier to consume that content. Otherwise, if we get much more over 30 minutes, tend to lose people. It gets a little droning.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me too. So let's look at, I always like to start out with what's active on the market. Tell me about it. Circle me, Bert. Let's see, single family homes. Let's look at that. We've got 56 single family homes. And let's go to the map. All right. Right in the northwest corridor, the northwest. 401 Whitegate, 419.9, 4-bed, 2-bath, 1-car garage. We've got 16013 Ringer Road, which is a little bit newer place, 1.8 million. 401 Plymouth Road, a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 429,000. Right in the center, smack dab of Minnetonka, would be 3640 Sunrise. Hey, it's only 700,000. We get a little closer to the lake. Here's another one, Tonka Wood, 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 4100 Tonka Wood. It's 564,000. 4501 Eastwood Road. Let's open that up. And this one's a little bit closer. I think this is actually will be on a channel. 4-bed, 5-bath, 4,300 finished square feet. It was built in 1940. Let's take a look at some pictures. Oh, really nice. This is a Cape Cod. Cute. I love that. Really cool breezeway. Well appointed. Very, very nice. Love that. Absolutely love that 3-season porch. Beautiful fireplaces. And this is what I love about the older homes in Minnetonka, because generally they've just been meticulously cared for, and they're just generally in beautiful shape. They're always staged, nice furniture, and it's just a joy to walk through these houses. Well, at least, you know, for somebody like myself that's always walking through properties with buyers, depending upon the price point you get in, I mean, it occurs to me that once you get above 800,000, pretty much everything's freaking nice, because I grew up middle class. And so, you know, growing up middle class, you kind of grew up in a price point that, how do I want to say this? You grew up in a price point that was basically, what can we, you know, what's the best that we can get for what we can afford? It's about workability, not about lovability necessarily. You fall in love with the home you wind up buying. You don't absolutely love it the moment you walk into it in most cases. And I guess, I mean, you know, I think it's fair to say that that's probably the same, I mean, new level, new devil, right? Probably the same experience that many people have. But, you know, from my perspective, I mean, homes that were built in like 2005, those are like brand new homes to me. But then again, you know, I started out in 1997 doing rent-to-own stuff. So it was a long time ago. And the stuff in 2005, when they were doing all that building and everything and all that surge of new construction in the Twin Cities, like that was, wow. I never was going to be able to afford something like that. And now those homes are, holy cow, they're over 20 years old already. That's nuts. It's kind of surprising. Anyway, this one it's backed up to woods. It's got some really, really cool features. It not only has the 3-season porch off one side, it's also got this gorgeous log 3-season porch that is just, oh my gosh, it's immaculate. Beautiful, beautiful U-shaped kitchen with even a center island. That's pretty dope, man. That's a nice place. I like that. Oh man, the dormers. The dormers. Now, dormers with a 1.5 story. Like, some people like them, some people don't. It's not for everybody. However, I think I like all the shapes. I like all the shapes when you're talking a 1.5 story. It just makes for a really, really neat, creative, cool feeling room or bedroom. But oh my gosh, we gotta look at the rest of these. How many do we got? We only got 5 more. Come on, hang in there, hang in there. Look at that, so cute. Cool Victorian style bathroom, beautiful furnishings, really nice light. This is this gray that's on the wall. I'd say that's almost like an alabaster white, but it could be called a gray. It's not exactly a repose gray, but it's a beautiful, beautiful gray. Worked the best with what they had to work with. Put in some really, really nice finishes. Down in the basement, it's a walkout. That's fantastic. That's totally period. Got a basement 3/4 bath, which is fantastic. Nice laundry room. Oh man, look at that. Decked out with tons of cabinets. A really good deck off the back of the property. Love that. Beautiful. Right on. Look, backed up to the woods. Tons of great views, tons of wildlife. Cedar shake all the way around. Man, that was a treat. All right, let's move on. 3633 Robinwood Terrace, 4-bed, 2-bath, 1-car garage. You're going to find a lot of stuff in Minnetonka and Minnetonka Beach. They're homes on rather skinny roads because this was cabin territory back in the day. And so a lot of people have deeded access to a yearly fee to be able to have a slip on Minnetonka. And that was kind of people's main focus, was to be able to just be on the lake. And it still is. I mean, Minnetonka is surrounded by multi-million dollar homes. I mean, there isn't anything under $1 million around. Well, that's not true. Some of it is, but for the most part, just about everything is $2 million plus on Lake Minnetonka. I mean, there's $10 million places on Lake Minnetonka. I mean, just like, oh my gosh, like the Pillsbury Mansion. It's right off of 12. That was, I mean, I think they tore the whole thing down like 6 years ago or something like that. But the Pillsbury Mansion, that was the cat's pajamas. It was a massive estate. Y'all have heard of Pillsbury Doughboy? Yeah, that Pillsbury family. So, and there's actually some good literature about it, some good stories that were written up about the Pillsbury Mansion. They tore it all down, split it up into lots, and I think it's called like Pillsbury Place or Pillsbury Shores or something to that effect. It's like on a peninsula, talking like $3, $4, $5 million home minimum, and it's got to be posh, man. It's got to be sweet if you're going to build it on that. And, you know, rightfully so. I mean, you're talking lots that are, I mean, probably, I don't know, 600,000, $1 million, maybe more a piece, and maybe even more than that, like $2.5 million just for the lot itself. And mind you, the taxes, they're pretty expensive. You're talking like $25,000 a year just for the lot itself. Like that's a lot. See what I did there? That's a lot. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about logistical stuff in Minnetonka. There are a few more challenges as we get around the lakes. There isn't as much for industry like retail industry. There's going to be like a Kowalski's, a small corner place, and whatever. You got to drive a bit. And by a bit, I mean like less than 10 minutes. However, still, for some people, they want to be like 30 seconds away from the grocery store. But these are the things that matter when you're picking out a place, because these are all these little decisions that come to, right, what's going to narrow down what you're willing to buy. And I work with all my buyers this way. I also reverse engineer the type of buyer that's going to come in on our listings that we have in Minnetonka. So it's just part of it. It's what I go through. It's one of the ways we are able to better come to a price and we sell stuff quicker. One of my last listings that we were on the market 3 days before it was sold, and your average market time right now, in some cases, if you're priced at what it should sell for or a little bit above, you're going to be on the market for 30 to 45 days, depending upon. As we enter into spring market, if you're in the spring market or right in the heart of the hustle and bustle of the fall market, things are a little bit different those times, but every other time, it's like 30 to 45 days. So 30 to 45 days of inventory. So you got places like Aldi, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, if you haven't ever heard of Trader Joe's before, Trader Joe's is basically like a grocery store that sources their own stuff and brands with their own brand. And they won't with like a repacker. They don't use any brands that are like Kraft and, you know, like the traditional grocery stores would have, big box grocery stores. Of course, there's going to be a Target that's going to have a Tesla charging station in it. If you have an electric vehicle, Hy-Vee is very EV friendly, so is Target. Target has quite a few of their locations with Tesla chargers at them. Lunds and Byerly's, it's like a fancied up version of Cub Foods. If you've never heard of Cub Foods has been around since, I believe, the 80s, 70s. I think since the 70s. Pretty sure since the 70s. Maybe a little bit before. They were smaller back then, but now they're a big, large corporate conglomerate. Cub's great because they price consistency. They're one of the few way in the beginning that had all their stores looked exactly the same. You know, Target, much the same. And of course, ultimately later on Walmart came out, but Lunds and Byerly's is basically the fancy version of a Cub Foods. It's got carpeted floors, they got wider aisleways, and maybe a little less selection, but more consistent having of everything. Not that Cub is always out of stock on stuff, because they're pretty darn consistent on that. However, Lunds and Byerly's just a little bit different of experience. Some people appreciate carpet on the floors. They feel like concrete floors are sterile and whatever. I'm not saying that that was the reason, but it's just I know that I felt that way at times. Like if I go into a Lunds and Byerly's and get groceries or whatever, I always feel like I spend too much. However, some people, that's important for them. Kowalski's Market's another one of those. They've got carpet on the floors. They normally have a Starbucks inside and whatever. Target's kind of doing the same thing. So definitely got all the big box stores. Hy-Vee is kind of the new hotness in the state of Minnesota. And yeah, they're great because they've got this huge deli. They've even got like restaurants inside their Hy-Vees. They're big places. And they kind of want it to be a one-stop shop. Moving on, daycares. If you got kids, let's talk about daycares. We got a ton of daycares. Everbrook Academy of Minnetonka. Mi amigo! Preschool in Golden Valley. That's kind of not really in Minnetonka. Let's look at Minnetonka. What's going on? There we go. Yeah, no, we're fine. New Horizon Academy. Great for new learning. Sleepy Tiger's Chinese Immersion, which is another great one. They speak Chinese to your kiddos, I believe, and English, of course. But the Goddard School of Minnetonka, there's no exception. They're all around the Twin Cities and in specified locations. There's one in St. Paul, and I know there's one I believe there's one in Edina. Anyway, Primrose School of Minnetonka is it's basically like a private daycare kind of school. See another one. United Child Care Center, which is a Judeo-Christian based child care center. Tierra Encantada in Minnetonka, which would be a Spanish immersion type of situation. It's not Spanish immersion, so to speak, but it would be of that nature. Let's see here. Creative Kids Academy. It's another private place to bring your kids before and after school programs. We've also got the YMCA too, and that's always great. Tell you what, after we've been looking at logistics and things like that, I am hungry. Boulevard Kitchen and Bar, never been there, 4.6 stars. They do breakfast there, apparently. A trendy spot for upscale bar and grill fare. Well, breakfasts are going to be definitely brunches. They're going to be expensive, but they're going to be freaking delicious. You can have stuff like sriracha mayo with your eggs Benedict, and it'll be something fancy. Maybe eggs Benedict with duck or whatever. It'll be good fare. Ike's Minnetonka, 20 to 30 bucks a plate. A nice place. You're going to go out and have great breakfast. It's a low-key venue for American eats and steaks, but they do have breakfast. Scoreboard Bar and Grill, they're going to be surf and turf kind of a situation. Not surf and turf, excuse me. It's going to be like a Sunday fun day kind of situation where you have bloodies, Duke's on 7. Don't know anything about Duke's on 7. Yum Kitchen and Bakery, I've already talked about them. We were talking about coffees. Great place. Get a quick breakfast sandwich. Blue Birch. Hotel Hub serving regional comfort foods. Ooh, that sounds nice. The Grocer's Table. Ooh, that's going to be a woo-woo crunchy granola kind of a place. It's probably going to have granola with yogurt, with Greek yogurt, and it'll be wholesome and delicious. Blackwater Coffee is another one we already talked about. Burritos Burrito is a restaurant. Gold Nugget Tavern and Grill. We'll probably talk about that in restaurants. You know what? That's a great segue. Let's talk about restaurants in Minnetonka. Pinstripes, good place for restaurant and entertainment. 4.4 stars. Generally, they kind of blend out. Their food's pretty darn good. And it's right along, let's click on this one. It's right along the main vein, but Pinstripes, it's also got bowling, and it's also an event center. And it's just an overall nice family experience or date night experience. Because if you're going on a first date, maybe you met somebody on, I don't know, eHarmony or something like that. I don't even know what the websites are anymore because I've been in a community relationship for a long time. So I can't think of anything off the top of my head, really. But Pinstripes is great for a first date because you get to do towards a common goal, do a little competition, and be able to generate some conversation out of that. So definitely a great place to check out. It's kind of right in between 35W and Highway 100. Now, that's in Edina. Wait a minute now. That's not right. Hold on. All right, now we're with it. Ike's in Minnesota, I already talked about. Coalition Restaurant, vintage chic venue for what? Let's talk about that. Basio. The Tavern Grill. That one's on Wayzata Boulevard. Tavern Grill, where do we got that? That's up top. Okay. That's a little on the northeast end of the lake, and it's going to be great fare, good bar food, lots of great fried foods. Heather's of Minnetonka is going to be a dine-in place that is kind of very private. It's a little bit ways from the lake. You're not going to be dealing with the hustle and bustle of the lake traffic. You're going to be dealing with folks that are going out for a very nice dinner. They've got great happy hour specials. Tavern 4 and 5. Where's Tavern 4 and 5? That's right there, close to Chanhassen. Oh, here, Maynard's. Oh man, awesome happy hour, great appetizers. Definitely the place to be. It's right on the lake. There's a slip. You can park your boat. Super popular. And it is packed during the summer. Absolutely amazing patio specials, and just lots of live music, lots of good DJ'd music, and just a really, really nice place to meet. You could even meet colleagues there and or new clients there. Really, really good steak. I wonder if we're gonna come upon Manny's. Gianni's Steakhouse, good one. Redstone American Grill, fantastic. There's Maynard's, like I said, and good old classic. Oh my gosh, you got to be able to finish off with ice cream. Come on, Snuffy's Malt Shop, dude. Snuffy's Malt Shop is the cat's pajamas, and it is like the old-timey malt shop. Let's see some photos of this place. Love it. It's right in a strip mall. Yay. Just happy families eating burgers and shakes and fries. Super happy kids with this type of a place. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Happy kidlets. Well, religious centers. Let's talk about religious centers in Minnetonka. 13505 Excelsior, a Adath Jesuit congregation that is a Jewish synagogue, Unitarian Universalist, which is alternative church, a Redeemer Bible Church, Mercy Hill Church, another Judeo-Christian, Ridgewood Church, which would be an evangelical, Eckankar Spiritual Center. Again, when we get in these more densely populated areas, you're going to find that, I mean, you know that they just tend to become more diverse as the population density increases, and so you get more of a smattering of just different cultures and people worshiping in different ways, and it's just a really, really nice blend. That's something I just absolutely love about the state of Minnesota is the diversity that we do have here in our state. And like, there's times like when you go into certain areas of Minnesota and it just looks like a sea of white. It's just white people everywhere. And it's like, but that doesn't matter. I'm not saying it from that perspective. It's just, I notice that probably because I'm a Caucasian male. And so I notice other people that have the same skin color as me. However, I do notice other people's skin colors as well. And what I really appreciate about the state of Minnesota is that there's areas that don't have as much of a concentration or a blend that people of different cultures tend to meet together and stick together in a specific area. But I think, like, comparatively, because when I've driven through states like even Illinois and Iowa and Alabama, it doesn't seem like they offer for the different cultures as much. And that's what I really love about the state of Minnesota, is that even though you may go into an area and it may feel like there's a specific culture that's there, there's always a blend of diversity encouraging representation around the state. And that's something I really love. And that's kind of why I've made and continued to stay in the state of Minnesota, because I enjoy that type of diversity. I enjoy that type of inclusion. I think it's awesome. Anyway, shopping in Minnetonka. Definitely shopping. People be shopping. Shopping in Minnetonka. Ridgedale Center, baby. It's not in Minnetonka, but it's really, really close. The general store in Minnetonka, it's not really shopping, but it's a gift shop, and it's right over by the lake. West Wind Plaza, that one is a shopping mall that has a Cub Foods in it, so you can go do some shopping, get your groceries, head on home for the day. Bonaventure Mall, I don't know anything about this. That's interesting. Oh, that's a straight up mall. Oh my gosh, yes, I've driven by this, but I've never actually gone there. Nice mall. Like, going through Minnetonka, like, kind of your main vein to the Minnetonka is going to be 12. which is right along here, and which turns into 394, which goes directly into downtown Minneapolis. Here, I will show you. Here's 394, and I don't have my drawing tool, so 394 runs all the way east. That's where Ridgedale is. Ridgedale's right around here. I think it's right there. It runs all the way into the city of Minneapolis, where if you wanted to and you were going to St. Paul, you can cut south, hop on 94, boop, 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 and that's going to take you right over to St. Paul. So just a direct line, and that's what's great about Minnetonka is it's just right in line. No turns. But going back, let's hop back out to Minnetonka. And what do we got? Dog parks. For those of you who are pup parents and kitty parents and have chosen or have just not wound up having kids or whatever, you know, committed relationship, and you got Fido the Golden Reliever, who is your fur baby. They cater a lot in the city of Minnetonka to pet lovers, dog owners, cat owners alike. Flying Cloud Dog Park, Bryant Lake Dog Park, Staring Lake Park, off-leash dog exercise area. Sweetness, love it. That's one of those places where it's got like the one gate, and you can acclimate your dog to it, and there's still another gate there. Then you go through the next gate. It's like one of them, which is super great because then, you know, your dog can kind of get prepared for, oh, there's other dogs. And instead of like just reacting like maybe they got an opportunity to be able to, all right, mom, it's going to be fine. Or, all right, dad, it's going to be fine. I'll be all right. And then they go have some fun as opposed to necessarily being, you know, aggressive because they're on the defensive and surprised. Another one, Indoor Zoomies Dog Park. It's another one where they watch your dog throughout the day. It's just super fantastic. Four Paws Dog Park. I think it's Highway 169. Yeah, it's 169. So that's right off 169. That's another main vein that runs north and south right through Minnetonka. And for those of you with school-aged kids, let's talk about schools. We've got publics and privates in Minnetonka. You got Minnetonka Middle School East, Minnetonka High School, Clear Springs Elementary, Minnewash Elementary, Minnetonka Middle School. My lovely's daughter actually went to Minnetonka Public School District, and I was actually particularly impressed with the classes and the teaching and just the care that the teachers put into their students. Now, you pretty much get that most places in the state of Minnesota. I actually don't have enough information about other areas other than my kids have gone to up until this point. I've got nothing but good things to say about Minnetonka School District. Same thing with the Mounds View School District and the White Bear Lake School District. But something to consider is look at the consumer support stuff. But as we're looking, we can get you set up when you come into town, whether you're moving from across town or you're moving from out of town. We can set you up on some school tours for you to be able to walk through. That's something just upon request that I can help you out with and set you up to be able to go around, whether it be private or public schools, to be able to interview, walk through the schools, see how you feel about plunking your kids into that scenario. So thanks so very much.
Hey friends, Garrett Hilton one last time here. Thanks so very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Really helps out the channel. Make sure to click the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and smash the like button on your way out. It helps to encourage the YouTube algorithm to show us to more people. We really, really thank you for your time because we know that your time is yours and yours alone. You stay classy.